Madam Web is out. Chillmonger hasn't talked about it. I don't talk about Venom. I saw that first movie. I didn't see Venom 2 or Morbius. So anything Sony that's happening, I don't care for. I won't pay to see. Miles Morales Spider-Man, I guess I have to just because of the skin tone of that character, even though I disapprove of him using the name of Spider-Man. I think that I had to go see that. Madam Web, why? What was I going to see about it? And what did the audience tell you, Sony, about this? What can the world see? This is a female cast in a superhero field. Do fans want to see this? When's the last time that it worked out? First time it worked out was Wonder Woman. It made $700 million at the box office, which depending on the budget of that film, it grossed a little bit of money. Captain Marvel, the first one, happened in 2019, right in March. Now, they were putting that movie in between Infinity War with the end credit scene of her logo and Endgame. Hype for Endgame. The trailer was out for Endgame. Maybe someone was feeling Marvel-y. Phase 3, everyone was winning. Everyone liked Marvel. It grossed over $1 billion. Even more than Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp only made $600 million. And there was also in between. But still, they made money there. Two examples, right? Birds of Prey flopped. All women's cast. Celebrating Harley Quinn. Yeah. We got the Captain Marvel sequel, which wasn't in between Avengers movies, and which was like not connected to anything. It flopped. Madam Web taught you the same thing. It's not connected to anything at all. It's all a women's cast, and the women who fill the world, who exist here, they didn't come and say, "We gotta make sure Dakota Johnson," who, by the way, I didn't know was Don Johnson's daughter. Dakota Johnson and the other cast members, Cindy Sweeney, they didn't come and show up for that. They want to see Cindy Sweeney with the movie, with the romance movie, where that made more money than it was expected to make. There's a difference. Now, am I telling you? This is what I'm not telling you. Women don't deserve movies. Females, of the people of the sex with breasts, those people. Chillmonger got breasts too. Those people deserve, though that ilk of people are worthy of franchises with $100 million budgets. Ensemble casts with $100 million, they're worthy of it. Why you're searching in the superhero field for that, I don't know. Let's have a Wonder Woman from DC. Let's have for Marvel, let's do a Captain Marvel. But to go, this is still unbalanced. There's more men than there is women here. That's the world we live in, all right? Thankfully, there's a movie like Barbie that came out last year, which I can point to and I can say, look, you see? You're not going, Ken needs a sequel. Yeah, it's unfair to women. No, I know where that film franchise is going to lean. And it's worthy of the budget. It made a whole bunch of money. It grossed more than Black Panther did. It just finally, like in the last weeks of its time in the theaters, they made a bit more than Black Panther 1. Damn. Madam Web isn't the answer. I know this, you know this. It's frustrating to see women get movies in the superhero field, which I know is taking away from a slot of a franchise that I'd much rather would see. You guys are huge, Warner Brothers, Disney. You guys have the ability to make women movies just in different fields. Launch a princess again. No one's saying that there's a princess fatigue coming out of Disney. Go do Frozen 3 and Frozen 3.5 and keep doing Frozens. And if I don't care about something because it's not attached to something, that matters too. Because you probably could have got me to watch Madam Web if you told me that it had something to do with Spider-Verse, maybe? Huh? Maybe that's also why I didn't watch Echo. Not because it's a woman thing. It's just because you guys dropped it all in one day. Here, just binge it all. What? Really? Just like that? Damn. Never got to it. I was too busy talking Jonathan Majors. And since it's not connected or united to anything, because Marvel doesn't allow their storytellers to know what's happening in other things, hence Secret Invasion had nothing to do with Captain Marvel 2. Nick Fury's in both. When I see that, I go, I'm at a place right now where I don't need to know what happened in that movie to go to that movie. That was your strength, superhero movies. We are in a world now, it's 2024, where the standard is these got to be attached. It's got to be telling an overarching story. Then I have to see everything. That's how I used to feel about comic books. but now I mean, I know better. The problem is that I know better now. Then I can do better than these studios are doing, than the comic book publishers are doing. I will never pay to see a Sony film that's not the Miles Spider-Man movie. If it's not in the MCU, I don't want to, and even the MCU is flawed, but it's definitely not in the MCU. I don't want to spend money on it, or it's even worth my time. I'm not going to see Kraven and Morbius and Venom 2. It's not worth my time. I'm just different standards. I don't care how bad Madam Web is necessarily. I understand Chris Stuckman didn't even do a review for it. Fake reviewer. I understand people just wanted to stay away from it, not talk about it, not slander it. It's the subjectivity. That's all subjectivity. Somebody might say it's the best movie ever. Somebody might like the editing in the movie, or the music carried it. And it's different than Spider-Man. There was another guy, and he was in a suit, much better. Or that Uncle Ben is in the movie, and someone says, "Uncle, being an uncle has no responsibilities, and it's all fun." Great power, great responsibility. Anyways, Uncle Ben doesn't say that line in the comic books. It's like the narrator who says that line. So Stan Lee is credited for that, for inventing that. Uncle Ben, all these attachments and Easter eggs isn't going to get me to watch Madam Web, or support Madam Web, or care for Madam Web. Madam bleh. What did the studios do? Do they go, okay, we love women, but we're not going to use this field, this genre, to exercise our advocacy for women? Or are they going to say, more women? There wasn't enough. Women are not a problem. The studio's utilization of female characters is interfering with storytelling, is interfering with connecting and getting places. Eternals was led by a woman. Gemma Chan was the lead of that cast. Where did it go? How has it been mentioned, referenced, affected a story of any other hero in the last 2 or 3 years since it's come out? And what show coming up is going to address it? Deadpool? I could see Deadpool making a joke about it. No, Ironheart is going to mention it? No. Ironheart is so irrelevant that Ironheart was moved from the scheduled time it was supposed to happen by over a year. Well, if Ironheart was necessary and meant something and was building somewhere, then one of the other projects that wasn't moved would have addressed what happened in Ironheart. Ironheart's nothing. It's just a show which has no attachment. That's not what got you guys here. That's not what made us like you. That's not why we're fans of you guys. You guys are doing idiotic things. You need to change that. You need to tell each other what's happening in each other's projects. You can have 2 overarching stories. One in just the New York base and one for everybody else. Imagine if New York had Daredevil, which attached to the Spider-Man stuff that Sony is involved with. Imagine if Daredevil and Spider-Man, you had to see one to see the other. And then the Doctor Strange movie, which actually you did have to see the first Spider-Man for Doctor Strange. But at the same time, those movies swapped orders, and so there was rewrites for it. They know how to do it, and they can do it. So do it. In Sony, no, they don't know how to do it. They can't. They've never done it. So the continuity, connectivity there is just, yeah. Madam Web is gonna do what it's gonna do, and it was always gonna do what it was gonna do, and it did it. And every time we can do it, we can come in, Madam Web, because they do it from the best and the best. Let's go. What's next? Look at me now. You guys like my Busta Rhymes? No? Should I never do that again? Okay, I'll never do that again. I was on the verge of making a point, talking about Disney Plus, talking about Warner Brothers. Stop releasing your stuff at 3 a.m. I don't know why Bad Batch returned to that stupid idea, but the way Ahsoka had it right. And if you want to make money on your TV shows, you stupid idiots, you have television channels also. Put them on TV and then say, after these air on TV, now they're available on streaming the next day. You know, some people can't wait. You know, some people got to see it right away. They'll tune in for TV. And then for those of them who can wait, fine, it'll be on streaming the next day. Double dip. You get TV revenue, which will actually help pay for the shows. And then you get it on streaming. Streaming should only be the library. Streaming should be, I can pay a little bit and I can get these old things, these old shows, and I can binge them. Yeah, that's how you use streaming. You don't, introduce a show like Echo, still haven't watched. You don't introduce a show, binge it on Netflix, on streaming. Just like Avatar on Netflix. They're going to do all 10 episodes. What? All 8 episodes. That's stupid. How would you do that? How? I'm supposed to gain interest week by week, talk about a water cooler. Now the conversation is going to be, did you see that? No, I'm not there yet. No spoilers. Thankfully, I don't care about spoilers. I've already seen the show, so how you really going to spoil it? But still, man, you guys are dumbs for that. The Echo thing, the experiment, it shows you how much they care about you when they just binge it. They didn't tell you guys when you were making the episodes, when your creators were doing it, when the actors were acting. By the way, all the show's going to be released in one sitting. People actually thought there would be 5 episodes, so they left with cliffhangers to make people talk about for a week. That doesn't happen when you have binge. So it's such a stupid rollout. What's the point of even episodes? Like the definition of the word episodes. What's the point of even dividing it 5 times if you can binge it all? It really is stupid. Just like Madam Web is stupid. So much stupidity happening. Ugh, Chillmonger out. Watch some of these videos here. This video right here, talking about the X-Men, talking about Jordan D. White and his X-Men. It's right here. I'm so glad that X-Men comic book stuff is coming to a close. I can actually care about that franchise again.